Hello everyone. I hope everyone is having an amazing day, and I hope everyone has an even more amazing new year. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys where I'm at now, which is Desoto Falls Recreation Area in North Georgia. I'm going to be showing some highlights of the trails that are right here at the campground, which is the Upper and Lower Desoto Falls trails. And I'm also going to show, at the very end, I will show each and every campsite. And I'll kind of give some of my thoughts about what I think about those campsites and give some information so that if you want to camp here, you can know which site might be suitable for you. But yeah, so it won't be too long of a video. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet and just show what needs to be shown. I'm also going to show you guys what I think is the best and the worst campsites here. I'll also have the information about the peak season, pricing, all of that in the description. So anyway, I hope that you guys will enjoy it and find something useful with this video. Here we go. Okay, so at Desoto Falls Recreation Area, the best campsites, in my humble opinion, would definitely be where we are now, which is Site 21. I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Nice, spacious lot. Again, this is Site 21, but also Site number 20. That one is also amazing. I'll show site number 20 real quick here, but look at that. It's also big, it's spacious. I would say also site 19, site 18, and site 17. But all these sites are really, really nice, spacious, relatively level. And most importantly, they back right up to the creek there. Some of the other sites do not. So again, just to kind of sum up the site numbers, I would say from site 17 to 23 are the best. I previously mentioned how sites about 17 to 23 are the best. Now, let me go ahead and mention the worst, in my opinion. And that is site 5 right here, and the one above it, site 6. And it's not because they aren't beautiful, they are. And this is likely mostly for tent camping anyway. I really can't see any sort of rig fitting here, but they are the closest to the road. So yes, you will definitely hear road noise. So just something to think about. This is one of the other bathroom facilities here. And I guess the other thing I need to mention about this campground is that during the off season, which I will get the exact dates of the off season and I'll put it in the description, they do not have running water anymore. So there's no flushing toilets. They only have the vault toilets and the water spigots. Matter of fact, let me just verify that the water spigots don't work either. I see one right here, so let me go ahead and get to it. Because my understanding is that they shut off all water. So even the spigots, so you can't fill up your water jugs or anything like that. But let's go ahead and settle this right now. Okay, well, there's our answer. Yes, they cut off all water altogether during the off season in the winter. So if you want to have water, you had best bring it with you or you're not going to have any. I think during the prime season, they also have warm showers here. So that's a bonus. Now, to compensate for the fact that you have very few services in the off season, what they do is they drop the price. So peak season, it is $20 a night, and during the off season now, it's just $10 a night, which I think that's a great value. So I'm certainly not complaining. It's not a big deal, you know. Just make sure you plan accordingly. Bring that water with you. The other thing I love about this campground is the fact that there's some great walking trails right here off the campground. Geez, I'm out of shape. I gotta start doing a little more daily activity, not just my weekend excursions. But anyway, yeah, so there's some great waterfalls to hike to right here off of the campground. So if you don't want to drive anywhere to do any hiking, you don't need to. I think we're gonna go ahead and hike some of these trails now, and I'll come back a little later with some of those highlights. Never get tired of hearing this water, that's for sure.
Gabriel, come on.
First looks at the upper falls way up there. Definitely going to have to get closer. This wasn't a bad little hike at all. Just 3/4 of a mile. Pretty smooth. Lots of visual interest along the way. So yeah, it's nice. And it's tall. It's taller than I thought it was going to be. Way taller than I thought it was going to be. On our way to the lower falls now. The upper falls did not disappoint. Lower falls was only 1/4 of a mile, but as you could probably guess from my huffing and puffing, it's straight up. and a few switchbacks. It's definitely more strenuous, so just keep that in mind. Okay, and this is it. Lower Falls. This one seems definitely smaller than the Upper Falls. Still very pretty. And that's that. Very nice. A little more strenuous of a hike, but luckily it's only a quarter of a mile. I'm just going to show you here how close we are to the creek. We got lucky that no one ever did occupy 22, which is immediately to my left there. So even though the campground did have other campers, it still felt nice and serene. But yeah, look at this. Just a nice short hop and a skip. And you are right here at this gorgeous little creek. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And yes, from the campsite, we can hear this beautiful stream going all night long. It just really helps to lull you to sleep. Oh yeah, it's amazing. See, Jason's got the fire all set up and ready for us, our fire area. We're gonna definitely enjoy that this evening. Having a late lunch, so we're keeping it real simple. Just some of these quick skillets. And yeah, nothing fancy. It is absolutely pitch black out here. I mean, look at this. Most of the other campers have already left. And it is dark. Without the glow of this fire, I mean, it would just be nothing. Look at this. Crazy how dark it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
Just the fire. The sound of the water way off there in the distance. I'm going to go ahead and show each campsite because there aren't that many here. This is campsite 1. It is right next to the bathrooms right there, and it's a pretty big site. There's a tent there right now, but it does have a long driveway, so I'm pretty sure you could fit maybe a smaller pop-up or camper there as well. And this is the one bath house with flushing toilets. But just like earlier when I saw that the water was not working, I believe that it is completely closed during the season. Yeah. So here we go. As you can see here, hopefully it's completely closed until April 1st. So you cannot even get into the restrooms with the flushing toilet during the off season. So, but the good news is there is a vault toilet available.
There's two actually. There's one in
Well,
the parking area.
Okay, yeah, there's 2 vault toilets available. So
Parking and one on the upper loop.
something's better than nothing. Right next to campsite 1 is the host site, and it looks like it is separate from site 2. But across from the host here, of course, we have the access to the hiking trails, Upper and Lower Falls, right there that way. And right here to the left is campsite number 2. It's nice because it's right across the street from the water there, as you can see. Again, that's campsite 2 right there. I don't want to be too far in their business just in case those people there are camping there. Here we have site number 3. It's right across from the dump, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing, depending on your taste. But it's also a nice site. It's got a long driveway. Yeah, looks nice. It can definitely fit a decent size RV. Fire ring right there. It's very spacious, but it is very close to the roads. But not too bad overall. Site 3. Right next to that, we have site number 4 right here. They have a cute little camper, and it fit there nicely. Again, that's site 4 right there. Nice and spacious as well. I mentioned this site earlier when I talked about how close it was to the road, but again, here is site 5. I feel like this one would be suitable for only maybe a small pop-up or a small travel trailer, and of course tent. And right next to it is site 6. It's pretty uneven. I wouldn't like this one. Here we go. Site 6. It's uneven. There's a lot of roots, and the tent pad is pretty raised there. See that? That's like a 15-16 inches up off the ground, which you're not paying attention in the morning. You might step off of the tent pad when you're coming out of your tent. Yeah, and the road is right there. But if you don't mind a site that's on level, at least it's spacious. Site 6. Here we are, site 7. This site, I would say tent only. You have a little parking pad here, and then you have to walk up here to this area where you have your amenities, your picnic table, etc. Again, this tent pad is raised like 18 inches, so you have to be careful. If you're getting up in the morning, you're stepping out of your tent, you can walk off and that's enough to roll that ankle for sure. But it's still nice, and it's right here by the water, so that's kind of cool. You're right by the water, but you are also, again, right here by that little bridge, and of course the main road coming in to the campground here. But here it is, site number 7, tent site. And we're gonna go ahead and come on over here. We got site number 8. And this is also suitable for tents only. A little parking area here, but it is sloped. It might be hard to see in camera, but this is definitely not even. It's quite sloped to get up here to the parking pad. And then once you park here, there's another little raised area that you have to come up to get to your area to camp. The views from up here are nice though. You can't really see the other campsites. It's not too bad. A little bit of debris on the tent pad there, but nothing that's too big of a deal. Okay. Site 8, if you're in a tent, not too bad. Let's go to the next one. We are approaching campsite 9. I would say this: if you are a tent camper and you really are big on privacy, you had better get site 9. So here we go. It's got a pretty long driveway here. I mean, look at this driveway. It's long and it curves around there behind the woods. Oh yeah, look at this. If you want to feel a little bit more seclusion, book you site 9. Got to be in your tent though. Once again, there's no spot here for any sort of pop-up or anything. Oh, but I like this. Yes, I like this.
Except for the road.
Yeah, the road noise, but can't really escape that in this whole campground entirely. But look at that. Look at your view down.
Very
nice, wooded, yeah, secluded. Oh, I like this. Look at all the views of the woods around you. Nice little area for your tent pad. And look, you'll be king of the hill up here. Look at this. Have your tent here and just survey everything. I like it. I like it a lot. Looks like they had to resort to burning trail logs too. It's like that sometimes. All right, site 9 for the win. Bring your tent. Get you some seclusion. Approaching sites 10 and 11 right up here. So with this one, there's nowhere to, you have to park across the street. There's a little parking pad area here. And it's a decent depth, and it's very long. Goes all the way down there. So you park there, and you simply have to walk across the street to your campsite. So it's not too bad. So there's 10. You got to come on down these stairs here, and got your tent pad right there. But you can fit a decent sized tent on this pad. I would say if you're going to do something like, I wouldn't go over 12 by 12.
I don't know, I can walk it off. What's that?
But yeah, it kind of sits in a hole. So, ooh, yeah, it sits in a hole. I think I'd be a little bit apprehensive about getting this site if I thought rain was in the forecast, because I mean, you are in a hole here. So site 10 would not be a site that I would choose if I had a tent. I'm just gonna walk across here to site 11. It's pretty much the same deal. It sits in the hole here. So just think about water runoff if you're in your tent. The tent pad is pretty level, which is nice. And it is right next to the vault toilet. So, you know, if you're tent camping, that could be a great thing. So it's got some positives along with the negatives. Yeah. Oh, and look, right across the way is where we are camped in our little hybrid camper. But we'll walk that loop in just a bit. But yeah, sites 10 and 11, you have to park across the street to get to them, and they do sit in a hole. But so that's the recap for that. But they're right next to the vault toilet, which can be a positive. So there you go, site 11. Let's keep it moving. We are approaching sites 12 this way and site 13 this way. Let's go ahead and check out site 12 first. So site 12, it's big, it's wide. It does have a decent length driveway. I would say you can bring a RV travel trailer on this one. The driveway is long, but it is sloped. So let's see. Okay, you know what I don't like? Look how close the fireplace is to the picnic table. So if you have your own comfortable chairs, you're limited in where you can really put these chairs. Don't like that. There's the tent pad again over there. My husband did kind of measure it, and it's approximately 12 by 14. So if your tent is larger than that, just keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't like that. It's way too close. But I'm sure it'll suit somebody. But look at that. At least behind you, you have just the woods. And the hill slopes up there. Really gives you some privacy. But hopefully the camera shows how sloped this driveway is. It's quite sloped. So if you are going to bring your RV or travel trailer, you'll definitely have some leveling to do. Other than that, it's not bad. So right across the way, site 13. Let's see. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if you'd want to put you could probably put a small travel trailer here.
No, the steps are behind you. You will get to the steps.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe no travel trailer. This might be a tent only one, guys. Unless you have a small pop-up, maybe.
Park the car either.
Yeah. Oh, and there's no way to park. You know what? No, tent only. There's no way to park your car. So parking your car will take up the entire driveway here. But if you're in a tent, this is nice. I like this. I like how you're really just nestled in the woods here. I think that's very, very dreamy. Look how dreamy that is. Oh, that's so dreamy. But you come down these steps here after you've parked, and you have everything here. Again, though, the fire pit is too close to the picnic table, in my opinion. Don't you think so? Because what if you want to put your own chairs there? Like, where do you put your own
You
chairs?
sit right here.
Yeah, it's tight. Maybe for a couple of people.
It's a real small
Yeah,
campsite.
but it's still very nice. It's got its positives. The tent pad is nice. Yeah, so
I like how close this is to the center of the site compared to ours. Ours is way
Yeah.
on the edge.
it's pretty. Got a little tiny stream down there. All right, let's keep it moving. Site 13. So over here, immediately in front and to the right, is campsite number 14. It looks huge.
Huge.
As you can see, it is occupied, so I'm not going to get any closer out of respect of their privacy.
It's a double site. It's got two tent pads.
Yeah, this is a double site. So 14 appears to be a double site, and it is right on the water. And then here is site 15. Again, I'm not going to get too close because there are people there, but it's also a nice site right by the water. So look at this, site 16. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, this is very nice. 16. It's got a nice wide open driveway. Look how pretty this is, y'all. Is that not absolutely dreamy? Site 16. Wide, flat driveway. It's right on the water. And they have it's just nice. I'm gonna go ahead and get just a little bit closer since no one's occupying this site. Try not to disturb the people in site 15 though. I mean, look at that. Nice huge area for the picnic table. This fire ring has plenty of space around it. So it's just really, really nice. Site 16 for the win. Yes. You can bring your long RV, whatever you got. This one shouldn't be an issue, no matter what rig you have with you. We might book this one next time. It's really nice. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of nice ones here. Yeah.
Still don't see anywhere.
Especially starting from site 14. From 14 on up to 23, it's hard to lose. This is site 17 here, but site 17 right there. And coming back across the street, site 18. Ooh. How do you choose? Nice, long, wide driveway as well. Nice and flat. This is gorgeous. Nestled in the trees, but yet you still have a good bit of sunlight coming through. And mind you, this is the winter. It's December 31st. So maybe in the summer you don't have as much sun coming through, but still, I mean, you're not gonna complain. This is nice. This is really nice. And look how close this site is to the water. We're about to get right up on the water here. Look at that. 2 seconds and you're right here at the water. Bring your chairs and just sit here and stare at the water all day. Look at this nice site. Okay. Site 18. Once again, very, very nice. All right, we're gonna stay in order here. To the left, we have 19, To the right, we have 20. 19 is also right next to that vault toilet. Right over there. So, you want to be next to the toilet. There you go, site 19. Not as crazy about 19. Driveway is at an incline, and it does get quite narrow right up here. So, ooh, really small pop-up maybe. And it will be harder to level since the site is not level. Because with the pop-up, you still wouldn't have really space to park your car. Small pop-up, small car, and you'll be fine. Or of course, if you are just a tent camper, this will suit you really well. It's pretty. You're much further from the water, but it's still very pretty. Let's go ahead across the street and do site 20, which is the site that I wanted originally, but it didn't work out that way, but that's okay. There's always next time. But 20, the driveway here is so wide. Much easier to back into. It's relatively flat. Here you go, site 20. And once you get to the back here, it just really opens up and gets wide. I mean, look how wide and expansive this is. I mean, you're not going to be cramped here at all. Again, it's nestled in the trees beautifully. It's really nice. You got plenty of space around this fire ring. No complaints here about where you're going to put your chairs. And it is also right next to the water, which is right there. Hop and a skip. But let's do this overview. Isn't this nice? Site 20 is my favorite spot in this entire campground, hands down. Here we are. Site 21 wasn't our first choice, but hey, at least we got our second choice. It's also nice, but because of the trees here, you don't have the same width of the driveway. And it's also right across from the vault toilet. There we go. And as you can see, we have a pretty long vehicle. It fits nicely with plenty of room to spare. And we have a nice spacious area around our fire ring. And our little hybrid camper fits just fine. We have ample amount of space, which I really love. Gorgeous. And we are also right next to the water. It's a little further of a walk than it was for site 20, but not bad at all. It's just right down there. Gorgeous views of the water. So let's go ahead and go right over here. This is site 22. There's no one here, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut across. Very nice as well, as you can see. Nice tent pad. And it's got a nice long driveway as well. It's got a good amount of space around the picnic table and the fire ring. Yeah, no complaints. And again, there's a little path right through here which leads to the water. Oh, this is burning trash. Anyway, level driveway. And again, this is site 22. Now in the summer, or the peak season when they have water, this site is immediately across from a water spigot, which is right here. Of course, it does us no good in the winter, as I said before, but during the peak season, you're really close to fill up your water jugs with site 22. Let's move on. This is the last site. Right here to the right, site 23. Nice big site, nice wide driveway. This one, you also get a little bit closer to the road here. So sites 5, 6, and 23, since it loops around, are closest to the road. So you will hear more of that road noise, as you probably already heard. But look how nice this is. Nice, wide. This one does have a bit more seclusion, because while you do have neighbors that way, you have no neighbors at all this way. So nice, wide open. Looks like they built themselves a secondary fire ring there. Of course, this is the one that's provided for you. It's nice. Very nice. And this one, again, just a nice short walk here to get to the water. And this bank is a little bit more level, so it's more conducive of actually setting your chairs down and enjoying being by the water. Well, that's it, guys. To sum it up, with Desoto Falls Recreation Area, not far from Cleveland, Georgia. Very, very nice. Again, peak season rates are $20 a night, during which time they have full services as far as water and flushing toilets. There are no electric connections here at any time. And during the off season, it's just $10 a night, but no flushing toilets, no water. It's nice. It's got the hiking trails that you can access right here from the campground. A lot of positives about this particular campground. The only negative, I'll just reiterate, is the road noise. It can be a bit of an issue, but overall it's definitely a nice campground. Definitely worth a visit. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you guys enjoyed the video today and your time outdoors with me. If so, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. That way you can join me on my next adventure. But until then, be good to yourself and do something that makes you happy today.